Hi, I'm Angie. I want to welcome you to National Indoor RV Centers, where we specialize in the sales, storage, service, and detailing of only high-end new and used coaches. So basically, we do it all. Hi, it's Angie with National Indoor RV Centers. Today, I'm super excited to show you the 2024 Entegra Reatta XL. It sits on the Spartan K2 chassis, 380 horsepower with independent front suspension. I'm going to teach you all the great things about the Reatta XL today. Now I'm going to give you a little assignment. Make all those notes, do your research, watch the full video, you'll get all the information. Now remember, I don't do this just for the fun of it. I want you to give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers. I have RV lifestyle specialists ready and waiting to help you answer all your questions and make this a super fun and easy process. We love to sell coaches, obviously. We love to even service coaches after the fact, which is more important than the sale, is the fact that we're here to take care of you for the lifetime of your ownership. So watch the video. If you need to skip ahead, if you want to just see the interior, if there's something specific you want to go to, you can go down to the chapters and you can go to that specific spot. All right, so let's get started. Now, from the very top, we've got our marker lights, then right in the center, we have our first camera. You're going to have several cameras around the coach to give you that 360 bird's eye view when you're in the driver's seat, which is amazing. That's a standard on the Reatta XL. Then you have your wraparound gorgeous windshield. So that's where the fun really starts, is you get to see our beautiful country through your own little motion picture movie screen, which is that windshield. Amazing views, amazing experiences, amazing adventures you're going to have, and it all starts as soon as you sit in that driver's seat. Then new for 2024, you have the rain sensing windshield wipers. What I would consider a safety feature, because you don't have to look for the windshield wipers. It's just another thing to keep your attention forward on the road. They're going to come on automatically when they sense that moisture. Along with the rain sensing windshield wipers, we also have enhanced LED headlights and low beams. So they're going to be brighter. Again, that's another safety feature. You're going to be able to see better. Everything's going to be more visible in the evening, in the morning. If you get out and leave early, I know all you RVers like to leave early in the morning. So that's going to just be another little safety feature. Then I love the Entegra badging across the front. Just looks phenomenal. And we have a little extra badging on the side as well. We have the chrome exterior mirrors. They are internally controlled and heated. The top part is. This bottom part, you've got to adjust yourself. So you have to be in the driver's seat, have your partner help you adjust those so it's just right so you can see those road tires. And then you have your side view camera, which is right here in the top mirror. So when you turn on your blinkers, left or right, you're going to be able to see down the full length of your coach. Another safety feature that they've thought of. Then we've got our front door. You've got the key option to open, plus the keyless pad here. So you can put in your own unique combination here, so you can let a service technician in. The grandkids are coming by or friends coming by, you can let them in your coach. The first marker light of the passenger side of the coach. So we have the extra badging that's backlit for Entegra this year. Just looks so nice. And then we have our first docking light of the passenger side of the coach. Then we've got the Michelin 275 tires all the way around. So glad that they use Michelin, nice quality tire. One of the other things that you want to look into is Retroband. Retroband is a spare within your tire. It has been made specifically for RVs and the weight that they carry, and tested on RVs. So you can check out my video. You can see where we actually blow a tire and you can see how Retroband performs. Something that you definitely want on your coach. Huge safety item, plus gives you great peace of mind as you're traveling down the road. Make sure you note the beautiful exterior paint. This is the Coral Mist, new for 2024, and there's 3 other paint options you can choose from. Also, give me a call at National Indoor RV Centers, because if we need to tweak things just a little, I may be able to help you. Also notice the beautiful dual pane tinted windows all the way around the coach. Then we have the Carefree awning to give us nice shade here on the passenger side of the coach. Now I downloaded the Mirror app, and then I paired it inside with the coach, so I can now do a lot of the functions, most of the functions that I can do on the inside control panel right here from my phone. One of those being the awning. So I'm just going to go to the app. I'm at the home page. I'm going to go to slides, and then I'm going to go to awnings. Right here I can extend the entry door awning and then my patio awning. So now that my awning is extended, I can go ahead and go to my exterior lights on my app on my phone and turn on the awning lights, turn on my porch light. I'm going to be getting in and out of my cargo compartment there, so I want to go ahead and turn on my cargo lights as well. And a new feature for 2024 is now you have the nice lighting underneath your slide rooms. So when my slide rooms are extended on both sides of the coach, I have nice accent lighting underneath the slide. So right now I've got the awning out. It's completely straight, but I want to show you a little trick how we can tweak the awning so that we can direct the rainfall away from the front entry door. So now you're going to bring your awning in a little bit to bring it down so you can reach it. And then you can pinch right here at the bottom, and then you just push that up. Now, when I take the awning out, you're going to see that it's not completely straight, and you'll see how it's going to work. So now you can see that there's a nice slope to the awning, so it's going to direct all that rainfall away from our front entry door. So now if I took down this side as well, I'm going to bring that awning closer to the ground, so depending on where the sun is, you can actually create more shade for yourself. And an awning safety tip: always bring your awning in if you are not outside with your coach. Even on awnings that have a wind sensor or shake sensor, it's not smart to leave it unattended, because the weather changes, as we all know, in a flash like that. And I've had customers come back to their coach because they just ran to do a quick errand, went over to a friend's coach, and the awning's on the other side of the coach. So if you're not sitting under your awning or actively outside around your coach, take your awning in. With our awnings extended, nice shade, it's time for a little TV time. Now this is great. We've got the 42-inch Samsung TV with the speakers. We also have the control for the sound, so I can bring my dash radio out here. I can put the TV on there. I can Bluetooth my phone to this and play my own music, whatever we want to do. You also have the USB outlet here, two 110 outlets, and then the greatest thing about this is that I can pull the TV out and then direct it away from the sun or towards my guests. And so I can move it this way, and then the tilt is really important. So bring that out, get it just right, grab a drink, some lawn chairs, and enjoy the beautiful outdoors. Now let's check out the storage. So one of the things Entegra does really well is storage. So just to give you an idea, right here, we've got the raised rail chassis, so that gives us extra storage. The entrance to this compartment is about 21.5 inches. Then when I get inside, I have a lot more height, 33 inches, as much as 33 inches. Also, back here, I'm gonna use my little pointer. Right back here, we have a thermistor for the basement. So what does that mean? That means that this is an all seasons coach. You've actually got a thermostat down here in the basement, so you can watch your temperature from inside the coach. Make sure that you're not getting anywhere close to freezing. Make sure you turn on that furnace and warm it up if you are. You can see the chassis rail here, and I'll measure between that chassis rail and the ground just to let you know what kind of clearance you have there. Looks like it's gonna be about 19 inches. Not totally exact. And then we've got a quick connect air line up here as well. So the next compartment, we've got the Morell storage tray. These are awesome, very easy to use. Pass-through compartment. So you just lift that blue lever, pull it out, and you can see how much easier that makes it to get to all of your goods. This is the screen door for the front entry screen door. So basically, when you're driving down the road, if you don't want to look through the screen, you can leave it out like we have it now. Otherwise, you can go ahead and put this in. It's very easy to do, but you can see it's just a screen door for the front entry door, the screen portion of the door. Now, I did want to give you that distance of how much space you have between the chassis rail and the bottom of the tray here. So you have 16.5 inches of pass-through from the chassis rail to the bottom of the tray. So I've also seen RVers put brooms or other long, thin items underneath this tray to utilize that bit of space there. Our second marker light for the passenger side of the coach. And then let's check out our third compartment here. Another big, nice compartment. It is pass-through as well, no tray here, so you still have a lot of storage. Now, right here, Entegra has given us some extra tiles in case we ever need them. Hopefully you don't, but it's always great to have them. Make sure you keep them if you ever do need them. And then I've got my little pointer here, which I'm gonna show you what it's really used for, but it's great for being my pointer. Here's your solar charge controller for your solar panels. And then right up here is your 2000 watt Cotec this year inverter, and 2 available 110 outlets right here. Back behind this panel here is where your 2 L16 batteries are located. There's also room where you could add 2 more batteries if you want. That's something National Indoor RV Centers can do after you purchase your coach. So now I'm going to show you what this is really used for. It's not my pointer, but it may second as my pointer. It's really to pull out your window awnings. So you can just thread that through the little loop there. Bring your window awning down and then attach it through here. You've got a nice firm 3-point, 1, 2, 3. I really like this. Secure window awning. So gonna give you some nice shade for the inside of your coach. So lots to talk about down here. You can see right here we've got the vent for the furnace. So again, we can keep it good temperature down here below. Then we've got the disconnect for our inverter. So if we are not lucky enough to have you as one of our storage customers at National Indoor RV Centers, where we store at least 300 coaches at all of our locations, except our Manassas location, we'll get there. And you're always hooked up to 50 amp service. You want to make sure if you're storing somewhere else where you're not plugged into 50 amp service, that you disconnect your inverter. Plus, behind the panel here, we've got our other disconnects, right? 1, 2, 3. Want to make sure those are all off. Plus you've got the bridge here that you can see you're bringing battery A and battery B together. That's where you're combining your chassis and house batteries together. The battery boost button that's at your dash that I'll show you in a little bit. That's where you pull those together. If one of them are dead, that you draw the extra power from the other set to help you start your coach. So right here in the center of the passenger side of the coach is our second camera that's going to contribute to that 360 bird's eye view when we get inside. Okay, so this looks like you can use this compartment at all. Right behind the black is our freshwater tank, 100-gallon freshwater tank. This is where your potable fill would be. So if you're dry camping and you need to add water to your tank, that's where you'd add it. That's also how you can put any tablets in if you want to disinfect your freshwater tank. And then you've got the little viewing area there so you can see actually how full that is. In case for some reason your sensors aren't working right, you can always see how much water you have. Also, I've had RVers take Velcro and they will put extension cords in here or rope in here, little things that they can stick with Velcro to that area and use that space. And then right below, we've got the low point drain for the freshwater tank. Second docking light for the passenger side of the coach. And then we've got nice storage compartment here. Again, everything's lit. Right here is the vent for our dryer. And then inside here, we've got our chassis batteries. So our 2 chassis batteries, our power management system fuses for the back half of the coach, our chassis battery disconnects. Here is our air dryer This is our water, fuel water separator, and then our fuel filter for the engine. Our last marker light of the passenger side of the coach, and then we come here to the rear cap. If you look up top, we've got our marker lights, our camera right in the center, then a high brake light, Entegra Reatta XL. All looks fantastic when you're driving down the road. And then we have the beautiful back cap with our brake lights. Down here we've got our 10,000 pound tow hitch, 1150 foot-pounds of torque, and then we have our 7-way for our brake lights and our brake line, air line for our brakes for our tow vehicle is right here already in place for us, which makes it just super easy. All right, so let's take out the rear compartment here. Just pulls up. And you'll see that we've got our engine air filter minder right here. When that gets to the red line up here, it's time to change that filter. At least do that once a year. Then we have our transmission dipstick and fill. Then we have the little window for our coolant, and you can fill that right here. Just make sure that it's the engine is not hot when you're doing that. Very hot right there. And then we've got our oil fill here, and dipstick just above that. Here's the hydraulic oil, the engine exhaust, and then we've got so this is that swishing sound that you hear when you're backing up. If you ever want to disconnect it, that's where you would disconnect it, but I don't recommend doing that, just letting you know what that is. And then our rear radiator. So this right here is our charged air cooler. So what actually happens is the air comes in, ambient air comes in right through here, goes into the turbo. When it comes out of the turbo, it's over 300 degrees in heat. So then it goes to the charged air cooler, and it will come out less than 200 degrees. So your air is cooler and more condensed, therefore your engine's gonna work more efficiently. Our first marker light for the driver's side of the coach, and then we have our surge guard transfer switch. So that does two things. It's a transfer switch to go between like park power and generator power, and then it's your surge protector. So it protects you one time. I always recommend that you have National Indoor RV Centers install another surge protector. So we can actually hardwire it into this compartment here, or you can add one at the end of your 50 amp shore power cord. Sometimes we have friends that like to take those, so that's why it's kind of nice to have it hardwired in, so you don't have to worry about that. Extra insurance is always good, always a plus, especially when you're protecting something that's this expensive, and we always want power, right? We have two 110 outlets. Now this is where we would plug in our engine block heater. So you only plug that in if you are, in a cold situation where you know that you need that. Today, where it's nice and warm, we don't want to have that plugged in. Then you still have one available 110 outlet when that's not plugged in, your cable input and your portable satellite input. Then we have our 50 amp shore power cord, which is on a power reel, which you're gonna love if you've ever wound one of these up on a cold morning. I'm telling you, you'll love it. And Entegra gives us these nice rubber grommets to put that through so we can shut our door once we're all plugged in, keep all the critters out. And then when we're done, we're just gonna hit the button, which is over here, kind of hidden, and wind it right up. I usually like to have a cloth that I just wipe off the cord as it comes in when I'm putting that away. Just one of the tricks that I have when I'm breaking down camp. If you want to see me start a trip and then set up my wet bay, break it down, do all that from start to finish. Plus I've got some customers that I featured that give some storage tips in their coach. You can watch my RVing 101 series. Our next compartment is our DEF tank. That's a 10-gallon diesel exhaust fluid tank. One of the things, it does have a shelf life, DEF does, about 1 year, so make sure you check that expiration date when you buy it. Also, it doesn't like sun or heat, so keep it out of both of those things when you're not using it. And it's about 3 to 1 on the fuel tank. So every third time you fill your fuel tank, you'll want to fill your duct tank. Our first docking light for the driver's side of the coach. And then we get to our wet bay. So lots to talk about here. First of all, I want to just note that it's lit, makes it very easy to do everything in here. We've got the filter change for our full filter, water filter for the coach. That's what this is for. Then we have our black tank flush here, our city water connector, our macerator. So this is our macerator. We can just thread that through that grommet there. Macerator is basically your garbage disposal for your black tank, or you can do a gravity dump and then connect the elbow right there to your stinky slinky. We've got our black tank valve pull here, and then our gray tank valve here. So on the Reatta XL, you have a 100-gallon freshwater tank, 65-gallon gray tank, and a 45-gallon black tank. Water pump on and off right here, black tank holding tank here, and then this is going to be your fill for your freshwater tank. You turn this, you turn horizontal, hook up for city fill, vertical. Now you've got two water controls. So this one here is for your shower back here. You can just plug that in right there. You've got the shower. Now I can take this up front with me to the generator compartment, because for 2024 they've added a hot water line up to the generator, actually cold and hot water line to the generator compartment. So I can hook this in right up front, spray off my front windshield wiper, and then the controls for the water when it's up front are right here. Love, love, love that feature. We've got a little hook here that we can keep our shower head up right there. And then just notice that this is a nice compartment here. You can see the vent for heat. I obviously can squirt this out, and there's a little drain right here. So here in the center of the coach is our fourth camera for that 360 bird's eye view that I'm going to show you when we get inside. Just to the side of that, you're going to see a vent. That's going to be for your refrigerator. And then down here is our second marker light for the driver's side of the coach. Inside here we have the most important 250 diesel aqua hot. So this is going to be your on-demand hot water, your furnace for the coach once it drops below 35 degrees. You've got your fuel oil filter here for the aqua hot, your coolant for the aqua hot, and your display panel. Right above that you've got the central vac. Then we've got our big pass-through compartment here. Now we've got even a bigger opening on this side of the coach. So about 28.5, and then we've got from ceiling to floor inside here is again about 33 inches. So a lot of height there. Our pass-through tray. So this is a standard item on the Reatta XL. Again, give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers if you want to know what comes standard, what is optional. This is a great standard item on this coach. Last big storage compartment here. Again, there's some pass-through area here. Nice height in there if you have some taller items that you need to store. Really great. And then over here you'll see that we have our hydraulic pump and reservoir for our jacks. So you can see from here we have a nice driver's side window. Then we've got the badging here on the driver's side as well. Just below that we have the fuel fill for our 100-gallon diesel fuel tank. And our second docking light for the driver's side of the coach. Those are so important. You got to make sure you have those on, especially when you're coming into a campground at night. Those picnic tables, rocks, fire hydrants, tree branches can all get in your way. So just watch out for that. And then we've got our fuses for the front half of the coach. We can turn that light on in case we need to get into those in the evening. Right below that, that's the exhaust for our generator. When you're in this compartment, if you've been running your generator, just be cautious that you don't get burnt, especially when you pull that generator out. And then here's the T-bar to release the front cap so that you can get to that generator compartment. And our last marker light for the driver's side of the coach. So easy as that to get in behind that front cap. And then you've got T-bars there to release that generator so that you can pull it out. All right, so I've already pulled out the front cap and then the generator. So this T-bar here is what locks the front cap in place when you push everything back in. This T-bar right here is what releases the generator. Here's our windshield wiper fill, and then we have our wussy horns right here, and then right here we've got the connect for our shower hose or our garden hose, whatever you want to call it, so that we can wash off our windshield when we get to the campground. Here is our 10,000 watt Awning generator, and you can just open that door, super easy. For servicing, you can see that you can easily get to the oil dipstick and the oil fill right here. Then we have our coolant fill up front, up top. Our coolant fill, this is where if you trip the breaker, inside the coach, this is where you need to come and reset the generator breaker. You can see the generator hours here, and then you've got your preheat or start and stop of your generator right there. So right here is the air condenser for your dash AC. They have really nice, cool dash AC in the Entegra products because it only has to travel 5 feet. Think about it. A lot of the other manufacturers puts that air conditioning condenser in the back of the coach, so it cools the Freon, then it has to travel 40 to 45 feet up to the front and remain cool. So it's very efficient, great, cool ride when you're driving this awesome Entegra. Now to my most favorite part, let's go check out the inside of this 40 Q3. Couple of things to talk about as soon as we walk into the coach. So first of all, there's great grab bars on both sides so you can easily enter and exit the coach safely. Then there's a little drawer down on the very first step, which is great for like leashes, things that you're going to use outside, maybe a lighter or whatever it is that you need to easily get to from the outside. You can put it right there in that drawer in that first step. Gloves maybe, whatever you want. Then we've got our power button for our house battery, so you can turn that on and off right as you enter or exit the coach. Our step power, once you get to the park that you're staying at, the resort you're staying at, you don't want those steps to go in and out every time you open the door. So you want to power them out, turn them off so that they stay out. And then your step light, so when I turn that on, I've got a little light here that illuminates the stairwell, so again, safely getting in and out of the coach. Then we've got a panel of controls, and that actually snaps right off, so I'm going to show you the easy way. So here's the panel. So right when you walk in the door, you can turn on your porch light, your living room ceiling light, and anytime you see those arrows, that means that you can dim the light by holding the button, and it will dim. Your awning light, the cargo bay lights, and then you can extend and retract your patio awning, and then your light master on, light master off. A favorite button of mine, because you always wonder, did you leave the lights on in the bathroom in the rear of the coach? You don't have to worry about it. Just hit the master light off and you're good to go. And then right to my right when I walk in, there's the fire extinguisher. Make sure you check out my video on Protang Fire Suppression System, an exclusive product, again, that we sell at National Indoor RV Centers because we really believe in it. So make sure you check that out. Right when I step up, I can get into this first compartment here. We've got the input here for our Wi-Fi extender, and then we have our traveler's wine guard where we can turn it on, stow it, and one free 110 outlet. Then we've got our 32-inch Samsung TV in the overhead compartment, and then we have a nice big storage compartment up here with 4 110 available outlets. So I'm really excited to show you the gorgeous interior of this coach. Now this is the Summit Decor package. You have 2 other packages to choose from. This is the Tacoma tile floor, and then we went with the linen cabinets. So I'm excited to show you a coach with all linen cabinets. I know it looks pretty light and bright right now because we've got all the shades down, which are white as well, to kind of flow with the interior feel of the coach. But just imagine this coach in a beautiful resort with the windows open and the green outside. It's just gorgeous. And I do like pairing the light linen with the darker leather. It gives it some contrast, and I just think it's really pretty. The light white cabinets really open up your coach and make it feel big. So you may have noticed above me, or you may not have noticed, but we've got the overhead bed. That is an option on the Reatta XL. So I am, 5'6" on a good day. Plus I've got a pretty good size heel on, so you can see that I still have plenty of clearance here. And then we can take down this bed. So to do so, you have to unclip the safety belt here, and then you have to have the key in, so it can't just go up and down willy-nilly. And then you push the button down. Make sure you take the bed all the way down so that you can then activate the light, which is on a toggle switch right here. So you can turn that on and off right there. So this is a great little bed, just for one adult. Maximum weight is 300 pounds on this bed. And then you have storage on both sides, nice deep storage on both ends of the bed. So the bed in length is 78 inches. You might be able to squeak out a few more inches because you'll have a pillow and such. And then in width, from wood frame to wood frame, we're looking at about 31 inches. So again, great sleeping area if you just have one guest, 2 little kids, no problem, 300-pound weight limit. Entegra has also provided us with safety guards for the overhead bunk, so that if you've got young kids sleeping over there, up there, or maybe a really heavy sleeper adult that might roll off, you've got little guards to protect them, and they just easily lift right in to that spot there, and then you can store them underneath your dinette booth. So this is probably one of my favorite changes that Entegra has made, is the telescoping ladder. You've got a little clip here to keep it together when you're not using it. So just unclip it, and then you just hook those right in and let it telescope down. Super easy to get up. Again, the weight limit for the ladder is also 300 pounds, so you should be good to go. Then when you're ready to put it away, just take it up. You click those in, click them in, and it just folds up nice and compact, super easy. So I've turned the captain and co-captain's chairs around. Great thing about that is that now you've got 2 extra reclining chairs. So you've got seating for 2, 4, 6, 8 if you count the booth. And then I also like to point out that you also have that many seat belts. So 2 in the sofa, the 2 in the captain's chairs, 2 in the theater seating, and then 1 in each booth. So seat belts for 8. Now remember, you don't have to feed all 8 people. They're supposed to bring that with them. Also want to point out, on both sides of the captain's chairs, there's 2 110 outlets. So if you need to charge devices, you can do that when you're either in the living room mode like this, or even when you're turned around. I love that your sofa, you've got the cup holders in your sofa, and then we also have a bed in our sofa. So again, this goes against all those rules that your coach is supposed to drink 6, feed 4, sleep 2. The Reatta breaks that rule. You can sleep a lot more people than that and entertain a lot more people than that. So to pull the bed out, simply just pull that right out. Put your seat belts back in here so they're out of the way. Flip it open, and there's your bed, nice and easy and ready to go. So behind the sofa, we've got storage with adjustable shelves on both sides, and then we've got storage above. We have our matrix box here, so we can direct where we want the input to go to whatever TV, and then we've got our Sony Blu-ray DVD player. We have our sound bar here, and what you're not seeing is our 50-inch TV, which I'm going to show you in a minute because it's on a TV lift. So you can see how nice and big that window is before I put the TV up. Then look at all that storage here, not divided, so that makes it nice. You can usually fit more in that way. And then more storage here, and we've got the 4 110 available outlets. Then we have our cable inputs, our HDMI, travelers, you name it, you've got it all up here in this cabinet. And then one more storage here, again with adjustable shelves. So really nice. And then across from that, we optioned in the theater seating. So you can get that on the 40Q3 floor plan with storage above. Again, no divider there. So that helps optimize the use of that space. Then we've got the lighting, LED lighting below. We've got the light switches here, and we've got the TV lift and two 110 available outlets. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the TV up. And there goes our 50-inch Samsung TV. Now that the TV's up, I'm ready to sit back and relax for the day. I'm gonna go ahead and power out my theater seating. Got my cup holder. I've got storage here in the middle, which is nice. And I do love the power theater seats, super comfortable and right across from the TV. Next we get our booth dinette. I just wanna show you that it's nice and roomy. You sit high, nice firm mattress, but I mean cushion here, not mattress, but it's comfortable and still plenty of room here. And you have two available 110 outlets. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make this into a bed. So I'm just gonna pull off the back cushions here. Those can even become the backrest to your mattress on the sofa bed. Give you a little something to lean up against. Pull those cushions up just so that we can get the table down, and also gives you access to all that storage space below. And then to do this table, you just lift up, pull forward, and then down and push back. Just super easy. Now you've got a really sturdy base here. Put down your cushions, and I'm going to leave that just partially down when I go ahead and put in the insert. Normally they go together really tight, and you can just kind of make a nice little bed there. And you have another great spot for guests. So above the booth we have more storage. Again, no dividers in there. Lots of storage, and then right underneath we've got the light switch and two 110 outlets. So walking into the kitchen here, I just want you to notice how much space is here. Like, it feels very roomy and big in here. Really nice. Then we've got this beautiful solid surface countertop. We've got the sink covers that cover our beautiful one bowl stainless steel sink, along with the residential faucets. Another big window in here. I'm all about the windows. I love the windows. I know I've got everything shut now for filming, but when I'm camping, they're all open. We've got a spice little storage rack there, and another one here to the side. I love those little guys. And then we've got our convection microwave oven. You can bake bread, cookies, pies, whatever you want, roasted chicken, you can do it all in there. And then storage above, and I do love that they give us a pull-out shelf here. We've got all of our remotes there, and our little Entegra Bible was in there. Now right underneath the cabinets, we've got two 110 outlets, our LED lighting, and two more 110 outlets. So next to the sink, we have the Furrion induction cooktop. That is going, any pan that a magnet will attach to will work with that. It's great because it doesn't get, it's not hot to the touch, but it heats up really quick once the pan's on there. And then we've got great storage below. Nice full extension drawers. Big space here, and I do love that we have a spot for the garbage can because I hate to have that out and about in visible sight. And then we can extend that countertop even further, and full extension drawers. I do love that they give us a little touch-up paint. So if you have just little boo-boos, you can fix those yourself. If they become big boo-boos, remember who to call. National Indoor RV Centers, our paint and body crew are the best. Warranty for life on the work that we do, and we can do all the interactions with your insurance too, so you don't have to worry about it. Those are never fun days. Let us take the worry and the pain out of that. So here to the side of the kitchen, we've got our thermistor for this area. So the thermistor communicates with the thermostat to keep the temperature exactly where you want it. And then we've got two 110 outlets and our dustpan. So you just sweep everything over to here. Hit that dustpan and it will suck it all away. And then right around the corner, we've got the central vac and our RV CO and propane alarm. Next up is our pantry. Nice pull-out shelves, so you can actually use that whole space because you can get to the very back, and when it's up top, you know, I can't see what's in there, but as long as it's tall enough, I can get to it. So I really love those. Then we've got our residential refrigerator, freezer. We have ice and water in the door, and nice big freezer, ice container, and we also have locks. So lock, you can't get that door open. You want to make sure you do that before you travel. Again, that's one of those things I talk about in my RVing 101 series. I have a checklist. If you'd like a copy of my checklist, just email me at Angie, ANGIE, at NIRVC.com. I'll be happy to send that to you. And then you also have a lock for your freezer as well. So you don't want those contents spilling all over your coach when you're traveling. Kind of ruins the day. So here we are at the Vega touch screen. This is one of my favorite things about Entegra. It's very intuitive, easy to work, and I can download the whole thing on my phone. So the first thing I do before I do anything is I go to that mobile app right there, download the Mirror app, scan that, and I can easily get all the functions that I can do on this, I can do from my phone. So let's go back and start at the beginning. And so our home button, we've got our master light switches here for on and off for inside the coach and exterior. Then we've got our kitchen lights, living room lights, porch light, and our entry door lock and unlock. So that's really nice. I can just do that from here, especially if I'm going to bed at night, or if I want to let someone in, I can unlock it right there. Get our chassis batteries, house and chassis, and then our auto gen start. We can see that it's disabled because we are plugged into shore power right now. Then we can see what the temperature is in our front area, mid area, and rear. We can turn on the water pump, and then we can turn on our generator right here, and you can see your generator hours. You can also check your tank levels, your fresh, gray, and black, and then you can control your fans in your kitchen, your mid bath, and your rear bath. And then you can see our inverter is enabled. It's in pass-through mode, and then we've got our charger there. So if we want to turn that off, we can hit that and do that right there. Then at our electrical screen, we're going to get, again, more information about our house and chassis batteries, generator, and then our triggers for our auto gen start. So if I want to set up the triggers for my auto gen start, I can go here to my electrical settings. So here I can adjust my settings for my auto gen start. I can adjust the triggers, when I want it to start when it drops below 12.5, and how long I want it to run. You can also set it so that it will exercise the generator. So you can do all that right here on this page. Then we go to our light switch. So we've got our master lights again, and then we've got them for each section of the coach. So for the rear, the main, and the exterior. And I can turn off those cargo lights and the porch light. We don't need those anymore. We've got our lights underneath the slide outs. Now for 2024, all the way around the coach, I like those at night because it just lights it up and you know someone's home. Then go to our temperature page. So you can see what the temperature is in each area of the coach. I can lower the temperature or raise it, just super easy. And then you've got the cool, the heat pump, the aqua hot, and the auto. So just set it on auto, set the temperature you want it to maintain, and it will do that for you easily. Then you've got our cargo bay. There's the temperature in the cargo bay. So again, you don't want that to get too cold if you're in cooler weather. And you can turn on your furnace, turn on your aqua hot right here, your burner or your electric. So your burner is if you're going to take a long shower and you need a lot of hot water. You can just turn on your aqua hot. Electric if you just need to wash your hands, or a pot and pan here or there. And then we have our floor heat. We can set that temperature here as well. Now we have our slide room controls. So they just want to check and make sure there's nothing in way of the slides coming in or out. So always check your captain's and co-captain's chairs for sure. You learn that the hard way just one time. Then you've got your slides here. You can extend and retract the driver's side slide, passenger side slide, and the bed slide. And also on this floor plan, you do have to have the bed tilted up in the up position to bring that bedroom slide all the way in. And you can also extend your patio and entry awnings from the panel here. Then you go to your settings page. You've got your diagnostics, your mobile app, your screen brightness. You can go to cleaning mode. You know, you can go from Celsius to Fahrenheit, and you can adjust the time. I need to do that because it is not 7:13 in the morning, thank goodness. All right, to our half bath, which is a really nice size. We have the great solid surface countertops with the integrated sink and residential faucets, storage below. So you have enough room that you can put a waste can in there, and then adjustable shelf storage over to the side, toilet paper holder, 2 110 outlets, and then we've got the light control and the fan control, and tons of space behind the medicine cabinet, which is great. So if you're the one that has to, you know, do all your work here in the half bath, you've got plenty of room. Then we have a nice big window, place for a towel holder, and then pedal control for our toilets. So heading into the master bedroom, we have the great king size bed with a nice plush headrest there, so nice to lay your head up against that. We've got the reading lights here that are just push button controls, so you can hold them for different light levels. Then we have the controls here for the bed base. Now remember, this bed has to go up to bring the slides in, so you can do that right here. The other thing I like about that is if you just want to sit up, watch a little TV, you can do that. And I love what they've done with the shades this year. So the shades are all mounted inside the framework here, so they don't get in the way of the bed going up and down. Plus they just kind of disappear into the wall, and I think that's great. And I do love the shades. And then you can easily go to screen or open or blackout. Then we have our panel right here underneath the bed for the overhead bed light, the ceiling light, and the entry door lock and unlock. Storage above with no divider in between, and you can see how deep that is. I usually get like plastic containers so I can push everything in the back and then pull it out because it is so deep, but it's a lot of storage area. And then we've got 2 110 outlets. So we have nightstands on both sides of the bed, and then on the bed base on both sides, you've got 2 110 outlets that are available. So on the bed base, we have our breaker boxes. So you can switch those breakers right there. You've got the breakers and the fuses. Right next to our lovely art, we have the thermistor for the bedroom area of the coach. I love the bedroom wardrobe setup. So we've got wardrobes on both sides. We've got the adjustable shelves, nice deep full extension drawers. Look how big that drawer is. I love the little solid surface area, so you can put some decorative things, maybe a jewelry box. 2 more huge drawers. Also notice a nice big window that you have here in the bedroom area. That's also your emergency exit window. And then we've got our 32-inch Samsung TV, and behind that, you've got your safe Blu-ray DVD player, 2 available, actually 3 available 110 outlets, your HDMI input, satellite input, all right in that compartment. Another huge wardrobe. You can take those shelves out and use the hanging bar, or you've got the adjustable shelves. And then 2 more full extension, nice deep drawers. Look at this beautiful bathroom on the 40 Q3. Nice full extension drawers, nice deep drawer. So it feels very much like a residential bathroom. Lots of space here with the sink, solid surface countertop into the integrated sink, residential faucets, beautiful backsplash. And then my favorite part is all the storage behind the mirrors here. Just the best. So much storage. And you can adjust those mirrors so that you can see the back of your hair. Makes it really nice and easy to do your hair in the day. So you have two 110 available outlets on both sides, towel holder, controls for the lighting and for the fan, and more storage here to the side. So lots of storage and lots of counter space. I really love this floor plan. Let's check out the wardrobe space here. So nice big hanging bar, spot for our telescoping ladder for the overhead bunk, and then just as much space on this side. So really a lot of storage space. Next up, even better, the washer and dryer. So slide door to open. You've got your washer and dryer. If you ever come into your coach and there's a terrible smell, everyone thinks it's their black tank. What's probably happened is that the P-trap on your washing machine has dried up. There's no water in there. All you need to do is grab a gallon of water, pour it into the washing machine, put it on the rinse cycle, and that smell is going to go away. It will fill up that P-trap and you're good to go. We've got our Tecma toilet with push button controls. Again, another nice window in the bathroom. I think that always makes it feel bigger. And then we have our nice big shower. So this is 30 by 40, one piece here. And then we've got a little seat, which is nice. So we can shave our legs, which is great. And we've got the controls here for the shower. We have the shower miser here. So that's going to recirculate the water and get it warm. When this lights up, then you're going to turn the water on, and then you have hot water immediately. You don't have to wait and waste your gray tank filling it up with cold water and waste your fresh water by waiting for it to warm up. And we also have this skylight here in this 30 by 40 inch shower, so plenty of room, plenty of height. So I always like to show the floor plan with the slides in so you can see what your walkway is going to be like. So remember, this is the 40 Q3. I can easily get into my refrigerator, pantry, bathroom, lots of area here in the kitchen, and then it gets a little bit narrow anytime you add the theater seats because they're pulled out a little bit from the wall so that you have that room to recline, but you can still easily get through. Well, it's almost time for that test drive. Let's go over everything here in the cockpit. First of all, we have really nice comfy chairs, and they are powered, so forward and back, up and down, you can get them just right. And then we've got the backrest, lumbar support, and the footrest when we are in the living room position. Then we've got the arm controls for the armrest, so you can put those right where they're comfortable for you. And then on the left side of my chair, there's a lever that you just lift up so that you can rotate the chair into that living room position. Here to the left of me, I've got a spot where I can lay my cell phone. Then we've got our mirror defrost button, our battery boost. That's when we're going to tie our chassis and our house batteries together. If we come back to a dead coach, we're just going to push this down, tie them together, turn your generator on, let it run for a little while, and then start your ignition. This is your slide pedal control, so this is for your pedals here. Once you've got the coach on, they'll go forward and back and you can get them in the right position. Then we have our driver shades, day and night, and our passenger shades, day and night. And then we have the controls for our exterior mirrors. Cup holder. Just beyond that, we have our equalizer system for our hydraulic jacks. So we just turn the power on here, auto level. When we have 4 solid red lights, then we know that we are level. If we can't level for some reason, it's going to give us an excessive slope warning. So you may have to move the coach a little, just readjust, and then try it again. If you've done that more than 2 times, you may want to give it just like 20 minutes of a rest so you don't burn up that pump. Then you want to do all retract when you're ready to leave. This is where you turn on your accent lights. So Entegra is known for the C lights. Those are your C lights, your docking lights, and then your map lights. You can turn them on or just keep them in the auto mode so they'll come on automatically when you need them. And then your 12-volt receptacle and your park brake. Just below the park brake, we have this little green plug here. That's our Deutsch plug, which our technician at National Indoor RV Centers can connect to that to communicate with the coach. And then we have our light controls. So this is new for 2024. We have the auto lights, so you can just leave that on all the time. They'll come on when you need them, or you can go ahead and have your running lights on or your headlights on, and then you've got your fog lights here. So next up is the tilt for your steering wheel. So you just pull that forward and then you can tilt it up or down as needed. Our turn signal control here. And then we've got answer a call, hang up a call, turn your engine brake on or off, or push it down for high or low. Here on the steering column, we have our headlights where we can flash those, and then we can turn our cruise on. So we just turn it on here. We could cancel it there, set it there, and hit resume. Then we've got our horn in the center. And if you have your air horn on, then you'll see the little air horn up here. Turn it on and off. Then we have our screen view. So screen view is when we have the coach on, I can flip from my miles per hour to my navigation to my 360 camera. Then we have our home button here. So that's going to give us our trip information here. So trip 1. And then we've got our PSI. If I click into that, then I can get my temperature plus my PSI. Then I've got my PSI boost here. No messages. I can adjust the brightness of my screen. I can go into my settings. I'm going to scroll all the way to the top. And I've got my TPMS here. I'm going to click in here, and this is where I could add a tow vehicle if I wanted to and get the tire pressure and temperature on that as well. We have nav zoom, so we can zoom in on our navigation. Windshield wiper sensitivity, so I can adjust that so it's not as sensitive. So I'll click in since 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll just have to get used, experiment and see which setting you like. And then we have the sound volume. You can adjust that there. Your units you can adjust. Service reminders. And then screen position. So I can click in here and I can adjust the screen up or down to where it's best in view for me. Then I can also go to my source here. That will take me and scroll me through the items on my screen over here. So I can scroll from HDMI to my cameras, to my nav, radio, media center, and then I can also, from my radio, I can seek from these controls right here. Now here we've got the flash for our marker lights, and then we have the controls for our windshield wipers, which those are the rain sensing windshield wipers now, so I probably won't use those unless I need them in an emergency, and my air horn button on and off. So this is where I can do the volume for the radio up or down, and then I can mute the radio, and then if I push it back, I'm going to turn the whole infotainment center off over here. Right underneath the steering column are the hazards, so you just pull those out to turn them on and then push it back in to turn them off. We have the Allison transmission here, so we can go to economy mode or click back to normal. I always drive in economy, and then if you push the plus and the minus together, you can scroll through your oil information, filters, trans health, and then no codes. Reverse, neutral, and drive. Then we have our media center here, so we can go back to our main menu here. Radio, media center, XM radio, Bluetooth, HDMI, our camera. So this is where we can pick our view. I like that 360 view when I'm driving, and I can throw this over onto my front screen with the screen view button when I'm driving. So back to menu, nav, you can accept that there and scroll through that. And then we've got our setup where we can adjust the settings to what we like. And our power button, we can also go back to a favorites button here for our radio. We can do the generator start and stop here. Our USB and HDMI port, and this also allows us to have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So that's awesome. I really love that feature. And you can just plug in your phone and you're good to go. And your 12-volt receptacle. Here are the AC controls, so the fan speed, cold and hot, and the direction of the airflow. Cup holders, a little cubby there for extra items, and then another little drawer for whatever we would like there. And then just around the corner, we have two 110 outlets. Here in the passenger seat, I have all the same controls that I had on the driver's seat, but I can use that, my favorite button, when we're going down the road, unlike the driver. So I do love that. One of the most important things to do when you get over in the seat is to get the slide step cover out there so that no one falls into the stairwell during travel, our furry friends or our passengers. So do that. Then we've got the day and night shade controls, two USB charging ports, cup holder, a spot for my cell phone, and then of course right behind me I've got the two 110 outlets. All right, so we're now to my next favorite part, which is the test drive. I always get a little jealous when the customers are doing the test drive because I think the Class A diesels are so much fun to drive. A little bit scary at first, but they shouldn't be. They fit in the lane. You just have to get used to like taking up that whole lane. Also, the next thing you have to think about is where your turning point is. It's really at the center of that front axle, which is behind you. So you kind of put your nose out further than you're comfortable with initially, but it really gets normal very quickly. So just put your nose out. Your mirrors are your saving grace, so just watch your mirrors. If you see that your rear tires are getting a little close to the curb, slow down and adjust. That's the one thing I always tell customers too, is just don't be in a rush. Don't be in a hurry. That's when bad things happen. So take your time and enjoy the journey and enjoy the getting there as much as the being there. So let's go ahead and get started. So now I've got my right blinker on so that I can watch as I pull out here and watch my back tire, see down this full side of the coach, and we are off. So the other thing to think about when you're driving a Class A diesel is you want to hug the left side of the lane that you're in. Everything bad happens to the right. Pedestrians, bad edge to the street, tree branches, they can be really expensive. So I can change my screen view up here on my 50-inch dash. I can pull the navigation up so it's right in front of me. And I can also put up my 360 camera, which I absolutely love. You can see right where I am on the road. I'm hugging the left side of the lane that I'm traveling in. Okay, so now that I've gotten up to 50 miles per hour, I'm gonna go ahead and set my cruise control. Actually, I'm at 52. I'm still fine. Speed limit is 55. I never recommend going over 70. I like 65, 70 just to stay safe. That's what we recommend at National Indoor RV Centers for tire safety. We just want our customers safe as you travel along the road. We want to make sure you can live this lifestyle as long as possible. That's why we provide products like Retroband and Protang, all to keep you safe and on the road longer. So if you watch my videos, you know that I always like to do the decibel reader, 66.5, and I want to note that I have the generator running with all three ACs running as well. So I think that's really quiet. I'm really impressed with how quiet the Reatta is. And how are you gonna find out for yourself? Come to National Indoor RV Centers, take a coach out for a test drive. We wanna make sure you're really happy with your purchase. Once you take delivery, we want you to stay with us on site for a couple nights while you get used to your coach and how everything works. And if something's not working like you think it should, you can come and ask us the question, and we're right there to help you. So we really want to have a pleasurable buying experience, great delivery, and then great after the sale service. That's right. All right, so a lot of our customers buy these gorgeous coaches. They're not sure where to take them. Well, guess what? We can help you out with that too. National Indoor RV Centers is the biggest sponsor for AIM, our all-inclusive motorhome club. So what does that mean? You need to have a motorhome with motor, and then you can join our club. When you purchase a motorhome from us, you get your first year's dues for free. We cover that. And then you sign up for our rallies. They're sort of like getting Taylor Swift concert tickets, but we do have a lottery system. So we do lotteries across the country, and it's sort of like a cruise in your coach. You just show up, we take care of your fee, includes the campground, the resort, all your food, your drinks, private entertainment just for our groups, exclusive tours. We really try to make them unique and provide an experience that you might not get on your own, or that you might not do on your own. And you get a chance to meet a lot of awesome RV couples. And, typically after a rally, couples are meeting up in different parts of the country because they have such a good time together. And plus, we get to know you better. So make sure you check out our aimclub.org. Go to events, and you can see what we have scheduled for the upcoming year. Thank you so much for joining me today on my walkthrough of the 2024 Entegra Reatta XL Floor Plan 40Q3. I'm sure you're wondering how much this gorgeous coach would cost you. Well, MSRP is $509,739. If you're wondering how much I can sell it to you for, make sure you give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers. We have RV lifestyle specialists ready and waiting to help you. We can finance your coach for 20 years. So what are you waiting for? Give us a call. We take in trades, we do consignments, we try to make it as easy as possible. And remember, with our volume and economies of scale, RVs simply cost less at National Indoor RV Centers. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe. Also check out my RVing 101 series, Retro Band video, and AIM Club. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful day.